PEDs is the icing on the cake, and it's just like running. You can take every PED in the world, doesn't mean you're going to win a marathon. Coach Greg, and today a natty or not on none other than William Bonac. You're thinking, William Bonac's not natural. What are you even talking about? Well, the reason for this video is William just posted a throwback picture back in 2009. He's doing the most muscular, looking amazing, and he says, I'm natural here. 2009, my second year of competing as an amateur in Sapri, Italy. I prepped myself for like 2.5 weeks with just protein powder, rice, noodles, and chicken. I know for some people it's hard to believe when I say I was totally clean. Natural from top to toe. This was 1 year before I won my pro card. And obviously people are gonna doubt William because he looks so freakish. He looks better than 99.9% of people, even with PEDs. And he's not just saying I never took steroids, he's saying I'm completely natural. Growth hormone, steroid SARMs, nothing. So here's the thing, people don't believe he's natural. They think, no way, if he was natural here and took PEDs, they would help him way more. They think there's no way you can get to this point natural. William Bonac has literally won the Arnold Classic and has placed second in the Mr. Olympia. Second in the world. 1 in a billion genetics. You don't think he can get to this point natural? What steroids do is improve on what you already have. If you have an amazing physique and amazing genetics, it's gonna make you ultra amazing, perhaps a Mr. Olympia champion. If you have shitty genetics, it's gonna make you less shitty. You can't just take and abuse a bunch of PEDs and expect to look like William Bonac. But if you have amazing genetics, you can look like that natural. And they're saying, no, he hasn't really improved any. Are you kidding me? The difference from 2009 to now? Astronomical. Crazy, mind-blowing. I can tell William Bonac has made an amazing transformation since 2009. Now, think of this. He's posted his best picture, his most amazing shot, the one that shows him off to the best of his ability. He's on stage with the best lighting, dehydrated, flexing while pumped up. Obviously, it's his best picture. People don't post their worst photos. So he actually looks better than he really is here. Yeah, you look and it's shocking. You think there's no way that it's possible. And yeah, people are going to doubt me. Guys like Philion, they're going to say, no, Greg, he doesn't know how to determine natty or not because they think that anyone that looks amazing, they can't actually look amazing natural. William Bonac is natural. Let's go and look at some other photos and compare him to other competitors in this very same competition in 2009. So he's standing with arm raised in the overall against the best competitors in the show. In looking at the 5 guys on stage, and William Bonac won overall, and if I had to say, one of these guys is natural. One, only one. Choose the one guy that's natural. I look at these photos and I say, the guy in the middle, William Bonac, despite the fact that he's the best in the show, I still see that he looks more natural than the rest. You can argue with me, you can debate me and say there's no way he's natural. I think he looks the most natural. The guy on the right with the gyno with the smaller legs, not looking so natural. The guy in the green trunks that looks really dry with the great abs and odd looking quads, doesn't look very natural. Even his face doesn't look natural. Guy next to him in red, look how dry he is. Look at the separation and detail in the quads, how dry his stomach is. And the guy on the left doesn't look natural at all. Look at his stomach. Look at the vascularity in the legs. He just doesn't look natural. And William Bonac, look at his abs, or lack thereof. I mean, they're there, but they're not amazing. He has some abs, but they're not shockingly shredded. They're not bone dry. I hardly see any obliques. His quads, although massive, I don't see extreme levels of separation. I see a guy who has an easy time putting on muscle, but isn't show ready. He looks about 3 weeks out. And he did say he just got asked to compete 3 weeks before the show. He didn't really diet that hard. He only had 3 weeks to prepare. Consider the difference to him now compared to then. He is way leaner and 20 plus pounds bigger than he was here. It's a shocking night and day transformation from then to now. And if you don't have good eyes, if you don't have laser eyes like me, maybe you don't see that. But he's shockingly much better. He turned pro and then competed as a 212 competitor. He now competes between 225, 235 pounds, and he's leaner than last time. He looks way better now. He looks amazing then, don't get me wrong, but he's made tremendous and remarkable improvements. If this person were to stand on stage at the Mr. Olympia, the winner of this show right here, 2009, he would get last place by a mile. He wouldn't even be competitive. He wouldn't even make it to the Olympia. If he competed in an open bodybuilding contest as a pro, he'd get his ass kicked looking like this. So yeah, he looks great compared to amateurs. But with the PDs that he added later in life, he then looked even more amazing than last time. So you might think that my laser eyes have been damaged, but listen, I do believe he's 100% natural. He has no reason to lie, and that's another reason why I believe him even more. He has nothing to gain from this, only things to lose. Do you know why? Think of it. He's claiming to be natural. People don't believe him, and they're going to start hating on him. You're a liar. Why would you have to lie to us? We don't like you, William Bonac. Why are you lying? But he's like, well, I'm not. And what does he have to gain from talking about 2009 if he was natural or not? He has nothing to gain. Notice he didn't show a picture of him in 2011 when he wasn't natural, or when he competed at the Arnold's, or when he turned pro. He's not saying he's natural there. He's showing way back at his best. This was the best I could do, natural. This is my best physique. I love this trend. A lot of people have been doing this lately, throwing back pictures to them when they were natural. Chris Bumstead's done this. Look how he looked when he was natural. People don't believe him. I would love to see more IFBB pros show their best natural pictures so that people's minds can be blown on what you can achieve natural if you have amazing genetics. I'm not just saying that anyone that trains hard and eats right is going to look like this or can look like this. No, you need 1 in a billion genetics to do this. But listen, there are billions of people on this planet. Some people can actually look like this. And it doesn't mean that just because somebody's not as big as William Bonac that you can do it natural. So I've done a lot of natty or nots on people, and most of them are not as big as William Bonac. And I'd still say they're not natural. And you're saying, well, if this guy's that big, then how come he's not natural if he's not as big as William Bonac? It's because he's not as big as William Bonac. Just because William Bonac can do it doesn't mean they can. So I'm excited to see what Derek from Plates for Dates is going to say. Is he going to agree or disagree with Coach Greg? I actually know he's going to say he's natural because I've seen the future. I'm HRT. I've traveled through time. And Derek has the same reason as me. Elite level genetics, second place Mr. Olympia. He can do it. Look what Ronnie Coleman and Kai Green look like natural before they took PDs. Any IFBB pro in the open class, you take the PDs away from them and make them train natural, they will all look redonkulously unnatty. Filion would say every single IFBB pro in the open class, if they were natural, he would have a natty or not on all of them and say none of them are natural. But listen, amazing genetics leads to amazing results, especially with PDs. PDs is the icing on the cake, and it's just like running. You can take every PD in the world, doesn't mean you're going to win a marathon. You need elite level running genetics in order to become a champion marathon runner. You can't just say, I'm going to take a bunch of PDs and be able to run a marathon in 2.5 hours. No, try it. No, don't try it. Do not ever do this. Never break the law. Never take anything unless it's prescribed by a doctor. Listen, if you have shitty running genetics and you take every PD in the world, like EPO, other drugs that make you run faster than last time, you're not even going to beat somebody who runs occasionally who has amazing running genetics. It's just how it works. PDs, what they do is they help you do a little bit more than you're doing. And yes, they do work. But they don't work enough to get you to Mr. Olympia level physiques without the amazing genetics to begin with. Any IFBB pro at the top, take the PDs away, they would look shockingly massive and impressive. Just picture Big Ramy natural. Big Ramy, if he had never found a steroid in his life and he had trained, he would still look redonkulous. No, he wouldn't be as big as he is now, but he would still be so amazing it would be ridiculous and you wouldn't believe it. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IB Pro. Blooping up 2 videos. Be sure to watch them. Let me know in the comment section. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you think that he's natural or not? Subscribe to my newsletter. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And until next time, I am out. PDs is the icing on the cake. PDs is the icing on the cake. And it's just like running.